Guys, my name is Kazuma and today I'll be showing my Beast Deity deck profile. Now, for this deck, I'm not really too passionate about it, but I still think it's good. It's my second Nova Grappler deck. It's, what I use besides the Razors. Now, there are a lot of people I know who keep telling me that, uh, you know, that Razors are outdated and Beast Deity is better. For me, I believe in the opposite. I actually believe that Razors are better, and I think Beast Deity is okay, but people have their own opinions, so it's okay. Anyways, let's begin. First of all, you would need, of course, for Beast Deity Illuminal Dragon. Now, this is going to be your main Vanguard for obvious reasons. I need 4 copies of him for obvious reasons, like I said a while ago. At the end of the battle that your rearguard attack did not hit, counterblast, and that unit stands up, it gets 10,000 till the end of the turn, and attack your opponent's Vanguard with it. Okay, next, when another unit attacks hit, this unit gets plus 15,000, so it's pretty strong. Next, you will also need 3 copies of Beast Deity Azure Dragon. I only placed 3 because I think I would need more grade 3s to set as rear guards. You guys are gonna go see that later. I have my own style on how I handle my decks. Now let's read the skill. When this unit is placed in the Vanguard, counterblast, draw a card, choose a card from your hand, call it to the rear guard, attack your opponent's Vanguard with that unit. And at the end of the battle, if that attack did not hit, stand that unit. Next, when this unit attacks, counterblast and stand one of your rear guards. So this is going to be secondary to, Ultra Beast Deity Illuminal Dragon. So you will need this. This is the secondary Vanguard. Alright, next. I would place 2 maximum razors. I usually put 2 maximum razors because in my other Nova Grappler deck, which is the razors, he's very useful, and even in this deck, I think he's very useful as an NPC strong attacker. So I usually place him there. He's very useful because he gives around an extra 10k attack. When attacks the Vanguard while not boosted, this unit gets plus 10,000. So it's very strong. Next, Battledore Fighter. You would need 2 copies of him, and I'll read the skill. Counterblast, Soul Blast 1. Choose one of your units for the battle that unit attack during this turn. While your opponent calls Guardians from his hand, he or she must call 2 or more at the same time. So if this unit's the Vanguard. Next, when it attacks the Vanguard, if you have 3 or more rear guards, this unit gets plus 5,000. So it's very useful as a Vanguard and as a rear guard. Next, I placed 2 Burst Razors. Burst Razor is very important, and I think he's very, useful in nearly any Nova Grappler deck. I'll read his skill. When your Vanguard attacks, Counterblast and Soul Blast, stand this unit, and if your opponent has 4 or more cards in their damage zone, this unit gets plus 3,000 until the end of the turn. Very reliable in nearly every Nova Grappler deck. Next is going to be a classic. 4 Brutal Jacks. Now, for Brutal Jack, I'm kind of confused and kind of conflicted about this guy because there are a lot of people who tell me that, that he's actually very powerful and I don't need Maximum Razor. But in my opinion, I still think that Maximum Razor is needed. So I'll just read his skill. During this turn, this unit gets plus 10,000. This unit cannot stand in the stand phase. That's the con. And once per turn, rest 2 rear guards and stand this unit. So it's a pretty good grade 2, especially if you're using it as a first ride for the grade 2. I think it's very recommended. Next, You will also need Beast Deity Black Tortoise. Once per turn, rear guard. Counter Blast, Soul Blast. Stand this unit and attack your opponent's Vanguard with it. If the attack did not hit at the end of the battle, stand this unit. Now, this unit is very important because you need him with this unit and with this unit. They have a combo going on. So, if you guys know both of these guys' skill, it's very important that you know the synergy between these three. Anyways, anything other than that, I think I've said everything that need to be said about it. I just said that, you guys need to focus on the specific kinds of cards. Anyways, they're all Beast Deity anyway, so you could just focus on the names. Next. 2 Stylish Hustler. I usually put 2 Stylish Hustlers because even in my Razor deck, like I said, I place 2 of them. I'll read his skill. When your auto rear guard is retired by your opponent's card's ability, Soul Blast, return one of those cards among them back to your hand. When it attacks, this unit gets 3,000 until the end of the battle for each card in your damage zone. So, that's one hell of a skill. And it's very important that, you have him in your deck, in my opinion, because he's very useful. It's reliable as well. Next. I put 3 Clay Doll Mechanics. When placed, if you have a total of 4 or less cards in your hand in rear guard, draw a card. So you would use this to draw more cards. Next, when you're using a counter blast, retire this unit and counter charge 1. So yeah, free card and counter charge. This is gonna be your counter charger. Anyways, I only placed 3, not 4, because believe it or not, the Beast Deities don't really use a lot of counter blasts. Like they use very little counter blasts, so there'll be little to no reason to have a lot of this guy. But I still think he's important, so I placed around 3. Next, you would need 4 Beast Deity Scarlet Bird. Now for this guy, I placed 4. I think he's a mandatory need. And if you guys are gonna ask me why, first of all, he's one of the main cards for the Beast Deity clan. Sorry, I said clan. I meant aesthetic. Second, I'll read his skill. When placed during your main phase, Soul Blast 1, stand all of your units, and if 2 or more units with Beast Deity White Tiger in your soul, draw a card. Now, first of all, you need this guy because if you want Brutal Jack to work, you need him. Like, this is a mandatory need. Second, while you're using the extra attacks of, this card, the extra attacks usually make your rear guards rest. So, if you're gonna want them to stand back up, you will need him. So, that's pretty much it. I don't want to explain more. It's pretty much simple. You need him because he's your restander for extra attacks. That's it. Next, I placed 3 Jet Razors. When your auto rear guard is placed, this unit gets plus 3,000 until the end of the turn. Now, pretty simple, right? It's not really, a big deal. I think he's very useful because, of course, it's a very simple skill and it gets power. That's pretty much it. Okay, now let's go to the triggers. I'm gonna go make this, quick as possible so you guys don't have to worry. 4 Red Lightning criticals. Next, 4 Ord Anchor. Next, 4 Twin Bladers. Perfect Guard. Draw PG. Next, for Wall Boy, which is going to be your heal trigger. And lastly, Beast Deity White Tiger, which is your starter. And of course, let's not forget, I'm gonna go keep these guys first to make sure that things are neat. Will not forget, I usually run a Cell 2 for this deck because, you know, I think a Cell 2 works pretty great with this deck archetype. So that's it. If you're gonna go use a Cell 2 for this, I just want to make a reminder because if you're gonna use a Cell 2 with Beast Deity Azure Dragon, it feels like you're using it twice because his skill already makes you draw a card, so you draw 2 cards, so that's pretty useful. Now, what are my comments about this deck? I think it's great, but not as great as the Razors. I still prefer the Razors in my opinion. What else? This deck is pretty simple. I didn't want to make it overcomplicated. It was fun to make. I use this deck usually to test people to see if they're strong. But if I go serious, I go for the Razors, obviously. But if I'm having casual games, I usually go use these guys because, you know, they're still Nova Grapplers and I'm a Nova Grappler fanboy. My favorites are Nova Grappler and Link Joker. I am into Brantgate or, you know, Stargate. That's my favorite nation, in my opinion. I think it's the best. Anyways, I think that's all. If you guys have any questions, feel free to type it in the comments below. Like, share, subscribe. You know, we're gonna go keep going in life as if it's, you know, as if the V series is still going on. We're gonna go keep living life like the V series is still alive because I love the V series and I'm never gonna stop making content about the V series. Anyways, that's all for today. I wish you guys the best. Goodbye.